Okay, my name is Alvaro Moreno. I come from Spain. I'm 37 years old, and the reason why I got interested in tourism is I always loved traveling, and I did a few trips with my parents, always in Europe. Never really had the chance of going abroad, so I took my first opportunity as soon as I became 17 years old, 18 years old, to travel, and I just always loved it. So I have got, actually my bachelor is on forest management, then I have got a master on environmental sciences and a PhD on tourism and climate change. So the reason why I wanted to study tourism is actually when I was doing my bachelor, even though Madrid, or well, Spain is a leading destination for international tourism, the funny fact is that it doesn't have professional studies about tourism. So I was always interested, that's why first I studied forest management, because I was also interested in environment, then my master on environmental sciences, and then finally on my PhD I managed to go into detail into tourism. For my PhD, I decided to study the relationship between tourism and climate change. The reason is that during my studies on environmental sciences, I realized that there were not many studies that were looking into the interaction between these two topics, which I found very interesting. So that was the reason why I first did my master thesis on this subject, and then I was offered the possibility of continuing the studies and doing a PhD, 4 years PhD on climate change and tourism. So during my studies, where I was lacking was really the practical aspect. So what I was doing when I was doing my bachelor in particular is every summer during the months of July and August, so that we had holidays, I was going volunteering to a different country. I just thought that was something really important in order to get the experience that my university was not providing. I had all the theoretical knowledge, but going volunteering during the summer for 2 months was providing me with all the practical knowledge that I was not getting from my studies. And I was doing that during the entire career, during my entire studies, even if that would mean that it would take me an extra year to finish my degree. So one of the volunteers that I did, for example, was in fact for the United Nations. They have got a program which is on poverty reduction, tourism as a tool for poverty reduction. So you need to first follow a course, and after doing this course you can apply for one of the projects in one of the many countries that they have got available. In my case, I applied for a long-term position in Bhutan as marketing manager for Europe and Latin America. Okay, so basically when I finished my PhD, I decided that all the theoretical knowledge that I had gained during my time at the university as a researcher and as a lecturer was still lacking the knowledge of the practical aspects of tourism as an industry. So then I decided to go to Bhutan for 1 year, work for the government for the marketing department, and after that year I observed that there were a number of things missing in the tourism sector in Bhutan. The first one is that the travel companies, as they exist at the moment in Bhutan, they are not professional. In Bhutan it's relatively easy to get a tour license, so many people just open a company expecting for the clients to come to them, but in fact they don't have any knowledge in terms of marketing or in terms of sales. The other one is that there is not a good monitoring of how the people and the visitors perceive the country. Bhutan is unique because they have got a very special policy, which they have to pay at least $200 to enter in the country, and they have got all the services included. That also means that they have got a certain level of expectations in terms of the services that they can expect. And Bhutan has got an institute for tourism and hospitality, in which they train their people about, in terms of service for clients and hotels and chefs and cooks, but that is still something that is at a very early stage. So Bhutan would actually need to work in those two aspects. One of them, the services that are provided to the tourists. The other one, the side of the private sector, which still is lacking a lot of experience in terms of how to deal with the visitors. So, seeing that there was a lack of professionalism in the tourism industry, I found the opportunity of bringing together my theoretical knowledge from the industry, from my time as a researcher, and also the practical knowledge that I gained when I was working in Bhutan. And what I did is I created a tour company which is specialized in this destination and which focusing on the Spanish-speaking market, because I realized that all tour operators in Bhutan were focusing on the English-speaking markets, but no one was looking into some segments or markets with the special needs, like the Spanish-speaking markets, so I decided to take that opportunity and created a company which is basically focusing on Latin America, Europe, and bringing people into Bhutan and providing the services that this kind of client needs. So Bhutan is a unique country when it comes to its tourism policy. Their focus is on the providing value and not just on bringing or increasing the number of tourists every year. The reason why it is unique is because their policy says that the only way of entering the country is by booking a package, a tour package, which includes hotels or meals or visits and a guide. So it is not possible to travel on your own. You just have to book this trip. This is the only exception for this would be India and Bangladesh and Maldives, which they can travel on their own. The reason why the country did this is to protect their culture and to protect their nature, their environment, but also to provide the value and extra value to their clients, bringing clients that can pay more for these services and providing a high degree or a high level of service to them. Okay, so if I would have to give you some last tips about your career, one would be keep always in mind the sustainability, not only the sustainability of the place where you are working, but also if you have your own company, the sustainability of your company. The second would be customer service. Remember that you are working for clients, that they have got certain expectations from you. So keeping your clients happy and providing a good customer service is key. And then last would be research and analytics. You need to know your destination. You really need to be an expert on what you are doing. So those would be the three elements that I would advise you to keep in mind.